what we loved about him on tape is what you saw this year, which is just a relentless pursuit during every snap.
What's up, Raider Nation? Thank you for joining me on this wonderful Thursday morning, February 27th. I am the Commish. This is your Raider Reaction morning show. We are knee-deep in the NFL Combine. All these kids, these young men, they're putting on their wares and laying their hearts, their blood, their sweat, their tears out there for the world to see, to hopefully somebody takes a shot on them. You got guys that are supposed to be the best of the best, and they're all just trying to fulfill their dream. Another little in-depth look into the mind of our general manager who's there scouting all this talent. This is really when you flex the football brain of Mike Mayock. This is where he thrives, picking talent. I mean, just look what he did in 2019. Here's another little glimpse inside the brain of our GM at the 2020 Combine.
Eddie Pascal here at the 2020 NFL Scouting Combine with GM Mike Mayock. And Mike, a year ago, the last time we sat here, a little over there in that stadium, but you're just getting kind of familiar with the role, just kind of easing yourself into it. I don't know if easing is the right word, but
probably not.
A year now.
Not with Gruden.
Yeah, but now, fast forward a year, what's the biggest lesson you learned from 2019 to this year?
It probably has to do with managing people, because if you look at what I did for the last 18 years at the NFL Network, I was a lone wolf. I was only responsible for my own work. Show up at the Combine, know 337 players, spit it out on television, go home and get ready for the draft. Come to Oakland, and now there's a whole organization set up. I've got to hire new scouts. I'm involved with John on every facet of the organization, and instead of just myself, I've got to worry about not only the individual talent of our ball club, but how do you build a team? And collecting talent is one thing, building a team is a different conversation, and I think the biggest challenge, and it continues to be, is making sure John and I have the culture we want. And that means you hire the right people on the coaching staff, the scouting staff, and then you bring the right players into the building. So culture to John and I, the foundation type players, that's the most important thing to us.
Because, do you think the interview portion really the biggest takeaway that you get from this week here in Indianapolis?
By far. In the interview process, it's only 18 to 20 minutes this year, okay? 45 guys. But what happens is if we really like a guy or really dislike a guy, we can kind of say we need him for a 30 visit or we don't. And the 30 visits are we get a full day with the kid in our facility in Alameda. And you're only allowed 30. So it's really important to decide which kids you're bringing in and which you aren't. So we go through these kids, and if they check out, we don't need to bring them in again. So even in 18 or 20 minutes, if we can qualify a kid and say, okay, we can move on, awesome. Some other kids might have red flags. We go, oh, got to bring them in and let John really grind them on football, on mental, on whatever. It might be character concerns. We got to get them in front of our psychologist. So there's all kinds of things that go into these decisions, and I think the interviews this week set the table for the rest of the season.
You know, so much of the talk of this offseason, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier today, was the need for this team to get better at wide receiver. And you've talked, you say, hey, it's buyer beware selecting wide receivers in the first round.
Yeah.
When you look at the guys that have found success in that early part of their career, first round guys, do they all share any similar traits, or are they all kind of unique beasts?
The hard thing is to determine in advance whether or not a young man can compete year one. So I talk about year one production, and I'll give you an example with Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow was a 5th round pick. He had 49 catches for 605 yards. So I went back for the last 5 years and looked in the first round. 17 wide receivers in the first round, okay? Only 3 of them had better numbers than Hunter. Think about that, 49, 605. And only 3 first-round wideouts had better than our 5th round guy this year, who missed 3 games. And there's a bunch of reasons for why first-round wideouts struggle year one. But I think the challenge for us is to say, out of that group of talented young men, which ones have the mental acuity to learn John Gruden's offense? That narrows it down. Which ones have the physical specifications we demand? That narrows it down a little bit more. Now we got to find out how well he competes and how tough he is, because ultimately that really is going to determine how much success he has or doesn't have in year one.
You know, we were standing here a year ago, and you said that the mission going into the whole offseason, the draft process, was finding foundational guys.
Yeah.
Does that remain the goal in year two? Obviously an improvement on the field in 2019, but is that still the goal for you and Coach coming into this week in Indy, is finding foundational players to build to this roster?
Hell yeah. I mean, that's the bottom line. And we talk about building a foundation that starts where we're going to be and continues it forever. And John and I are on the same page. We talk about it free agency, we talk about the draft. What kind of people do we want in our building? Now, John's always going to be the type of guy that he can be a little more edgy. Like, I want that guy. Why can't we absorb that guy? Why can't we help him? And I'm a little bit more conservative, and I think it works out well because the two of us sit in the room and we close the door and we come to a decision that we believe is the best one for the Raiders.
Are you more comfortable having those candid conversations, those debates with Coach than you were a year ago?
I think I was pretty comfortable a year ago. I knew John for a lot of years. I'd never worked with him, but I knew John. So I don't think being candid is one of my problems. I mean, sometimes I'm a little too blunt. But John and I, we have a respectful relationship where we can close the door, we can get into it, but at the end of the day, it's what's best for the Raiders.
You know, looking at the current state of these 2020 Raiders, Josh Jacobs is a tremendous rookie year. We re-upped Jalen Richard this offseason. DeAndre Washington now a free agent, but when you take a look at that group, that running back group in particular, what really stands out to you, and what do you think that needs to be added over the next couple months?
Well, first, I think Kirby Wilson, our running back coach, has done a great job. I love the way Kirby works with the young guys. Don't forget Alec Ingold is in that group. So you start with Josh and Alec, two rookies, both of whom had Pro Bowl recognition last year. We think that Jalen Richard might be the best third down pass protection running back in football. We needed to sign him back. We have. So what do we need in that room right now? Probably some depth. Who can share some carries with Josh? Who can take some of that load off him so perhaps he can develop more as a pass receiver?
The linebackers, another kind of hot topic this week here in Indy. When you look at the state of the linebackers on this roster, obviously an area that needs to be filled and an area that needs to get better. Do you see players here in Indy that you think kind of fit the mold for what you and Coach Gruden want to do at that position in particular?
Yeah, we're not very good at linebacker. Be very candid about it. We're not. We need to get better. And today's NFL dictates the need for speed.
What does Derek Carr think about all this offseason talk?
I'm not going anywhere. This is my team, and it will be for the next however long I want to play.
Everybody's looking at the next step in the NFL process, and that's the 2020 draft. It's in Vegas, the new home of the Raider Nation. We're excited about it. The football world's excited about it as a whole. And there's a lot of little cool things that people are working on, getting ready for this iconic event in Vegas. And this is just one of those items. This is a very cool item that's going to be unveiled at the draft. Check it out. It is a little silver and black bling to the fucking max.
Die-hard Raiders fan can't wait for the week of the NFL draft because she is going to unveil a special Harley-Davidson bike she's been working on. Local business owner Stacy Hawkins is creating the only Raiders Harley bike in the world. It's handmade with 150,000 Swarovski crystals. Stacy customized the Harley bike for over 10 years, serving the women riders. This bike has been a dream come true for her to create. It'll take about 170 hours to get it done, with a finish date set for the week of the draft. She's looking forward to unveiling her bike at the Red Rock Harley-Davidson location for Raiders fans to come check out, especially Lady Raiders Nation.
I think us supporting and being behind the women of the Raiders, you know, it's always the fans. It's always about the fans. Of course, the players, but I think when it comes down to it, the women want to see something for the women. And we have created, there is so many more women riders today, and Las Vegas has so many. And I think and I hope that this, you know, supports no matter what kind of rider they are. You know, stunt rider, sparkly rider, you know, just a normal everyday, whatever they do, we support, no doubt, the women rider for sure.
Fox Eye sports reporter Paloma Villicana will be at the unveiling of the Raiders bike the week of the draft. She'll have more details in the next few weeks on how fans can attend.
Week 2 of the 2020 Raider Reaction Off-Season Madden Challenge PS4 League just culminated last night as Prime fell to Canyon. And I don't think it was close, but nonetheless, it's been a very exciting week, too. We have had so much drama, smack talk, all kinds of, just pretty much everything that you would want or expect in a Madden League full of, you know, competitive Raider fans for the most part who, you know, are just looking for something to fuel their competitive fire over the offseason. Richard moved on to 2-0. He's one of the teams near the top of the power rankings thus far through 2 weeks, and he absolutely took it to Bryson and his bitch pigeons.
6 after the 4-yard completion.
Hey man, watch the boot, Check it. Good. Hey, watch it. Let's go double count right here, double count. Flare.
Again, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is taken out of the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin.
Yeah, that one wasn't good. It was already 35-7 there with hardly any time left in the second quarter. That wasn't a good showing by Bryson and his bitch pigeons, who dropped to 0-2. Richard and his Steelers moved to 2-0. We'll see if they continue their trends, or hopefully Bryson gets off the snide here in week 3. We will see. And then you had this matchup between Raiders Spleeve and his Saints, who Josh Allen came out through 4 picks in week 1. He lost to Anthony and his Texans. McKenzie won in week 1. And so you had 0-1, 1-0, locking off in the NFC. And I don't even know how to tell you what happened in this game. We're just going to join this game in progress with myself and Big L on the game call live as it happened, with 1 minute left in the game. A 3-point game. Check it out.
4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Down.
Oh, he gets pinball, doesn't get the first either. Second and 1. Clock's ticking. What's he gonna do here, man? At some point he's got to start taking some shots at the end zone. That clock's ticking.
Go!
Man, there was, for a second there, everybody was on a blocker except for that linebacker.
Yeah. It almost looks like he's comfortable with just taking the 3
He's
going
got to
into
take
overtime.
a shot here. Why would he's got 3 timeouts? I would have took multiple shots at the end
There
zone.
it is.
Yeah, but he
way too long.
Man, I think he let too much time run off the clock. With all of those timeouts, he could have started taking shots at the end zone.
Yeah, I think he played for overtime.
No way, he's not playing for overtime. I don't believe that. That's no way. How do you fucking play for overtime with 3 timeouts in your pocket and driving down the field? He starts taking these shots way too late. He's on first down. He might pull it off here though. 5 seconds. All right, he's down there, but I think he could have had more shots there. Pinned himself a little, made it harder on someone who needed to, but he pulled it off anyway. What the fuck do I know?
This is the last play of the game.
It's easy to second guess.
Well,
it now
no, because everybody
pulled
has
it
a
off.
bazillion timeouts.
Yeah, it means nothing now. You got 5 seconds left. This is pretty much. This could be 2 plays. If you went with a quick pass here, it could be 2.
They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead.
Is he going to try running it?
Touchdown.
No way.
That's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Play action. Oh!
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now there's the timeout. Signal for with 2 seconds to
Calls
go.
the time. Tries the sneak with Cam Newton.
This is going to be ugly.
Second and goal from the 1.
Second and goal from the 1. Here we go. Here we go.
All or nothing. Last play of the game.
Oh!
Spleef with the goal line stand.
Oh, he's murdered. Oh, Spleef. Fuck. Holy fuck. Rico Gafford is the fucking man of the day, and whoever just laid the fucking wood to Cam Newton should be your hero. Holy fuck. What a goal stand. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Was that not some crazy, insane shit? I don't know how he didn't win that game. I thought he had it in the bag hats off to Spleeve, the goal line stand. Stat leaders through 2 weeks in the 2020 Raider Reaction Offseason Madden Challenge PS4 League. Kyler Murray is basically our top quarterback. He's the quarterback for the Redskins. 699 yards passing and 10 touchdowns through 2 games, averaging 5 touchdowns a game. Not too bad. Tom Brady on the opposite end of the spectrum, quarterback for the Packers. He is 1-1 and has 5 interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 310 yards on the ground for the Titans, 5 touchdowns rushing thus far. In the receiving category, Zach Ertz for the Raiders. My tight end, 17 receptions for 2 touchdowns. Also in the receiving categories, Tyreek Hill, 426 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. Jonathan Abram leads the league in solo tackles with 11. Ryan Kerrigan of the Packers leads the league in sacks with 6.5. And Marcus Williams of the Bears leads the league in interceptions with 3. And since we did finish up another week, that means one more item goes in the big badass box that's going to be given to our grand prize winner. We already have an autographed Josh Jacobs jersey in the bottom of it, as a little blanket on the bottom, certificate of authenticity included. Last week we put in at the end of week 1, we put in a Hunter Renfrow Panini Prism rookie card, game-worn jersey, probably $50 to $100 in value. That's in the box. So, week 2, we're adding another item. From our sponsor, RaiderNationStore.net, one of the large patches, man. This is like the palm of your hand size. 60th anniversary patch, very nice quality. Make that Game Day jersey fucking shimmer. It's a little more awesomeness. That's what goes in the box this week. And of course, we've got the flash prize. Who's ever has the individual who's leading the league in rushing at the end of week 3 gets a Raider Reaction prize pack, little flash prize. Of course, remember, if you didn't pay to play, no prize for you. So if you're one of the free players, you're leading the league in rushing at the end of week 3, just think, damn, if I would have just paid that fucking measly little $30, I'd have a prize right now. Yep, that's the way it works. $30, man. $30. Now, if you get down to the end and you're in the playoffs and you have a chance to win this box and you see how much is in it by the end of the season, you're going to feel like a real fucking schmuck that you didn't give yourself a chance to win that for $30. Come on. You pissed that much away at the first fucking 15 minutes you're at the bar. I know I do. Check out the current standings of where we're at in the Raider Reaction 2020 Offseason Madden Challenge PS4 League through 2 weeks. This is where we stand. It wouldn't be a Raider Reaction morning show without a fucking D-bag of the day, and we welcome back, finally welcome back, our favorite salty fucking bastard to grace us with the D-bag of the day. You, sir, are a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. Well, hello, mateys. Raiders, Raiderettes, shit nuggets, and D-bags. Yes. It's your old pirate back for the douchebag of the day. I'm calling out all ye douches that keep be running your mouth about shit that don't matter. Like your fucking opinions. The captain says to be worried about Derek Carr. He'll take care of it. So shut the fuck up, you douchebags. Bitching and whining.
That practice facility is a beautiful thing, and it's sitting around a bunch of valuable dirt as well. Some moves have been made out in Henderson. Check it out. has little things he wants to share with you on this Thursday morning. Get off his chest, purge his soul. Lend him an ear.
What's going on? Good morning, salutations. You know, whatever. Trying to sound sophisticated, but you know me. I'm just ill. Anyway, Raider Reaction morning show. How y'all doing? It's Big L, and just going off the top of the dome. Why do y'all keep with your bullshit takes on Derek Carr? It doesn't fucking matter. Mayock spoke. He said, ain't in the business of trading him. So shut up about it. You idiots. Nobody gives a fuck what you think. Because the one person that matters is the one that said he evaluates every position. Okay? He said that he and Gruden were fine with Carr. So nobody gives a damn what you think. Okay? So stop. On to things that matter. Like I said yesterday, I'll double down. Yes, we need receivers. There's like 50 draftable receivers in this draft that are going to be good, or at least have the ability to excel at the professional level. So why go all in unless you're going to get Jerry Jeudy? There's a significant drop. Linebacker, we definitely need linebackers. There's a few in this draft, but those are tiered off too. So I say, yeah, if we're going to draft something at that first pick, if there's not a great value at a position that's aging, like our interior offensive line, we definitely got to go linebacker, but we were going to do that anyway. So I would say with the number 12 pick, if it's not packaged and dealt somewhere to move up, we go linebacker, and definitely, hopefully, we address the defensive backfield either in free agency or with that 19 pick, because receivers, they're going to be abundant. And that's kind of me really sitting back and thinking and not going off of, you know, just raw emotion after watching this shit show at receiver this year. But the reality of it is the excuses are gone for Carr, and we need to hit the ground running, and that's what we're going to do. The excuses are gone for us as fans, so our tolerance level is low. But again, I challenge one of you idiots that keep talking and bitching and moaning about the quarterback to come up with a feasible, realistic solution to replace him. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Have a nice day.
And now, to start you off on your day with your Raider quote of the day. And it's kind of how I feel about the 2020 season. If you ain't first, you're last. Words from the infamous Ricky Bobby. Have a kick-ass day, Raider Nation. Go out there, grab Thursday by the throat, and make it your fucking bitch. Until next time, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation. Oh, don't forget to tune in and see Raider WAP tonight, Raider Process Show. It's on tonight, yeah. Don't forget that.